little bit past there, so call meeting to order. All members present except Lori. We're down to visitors. I'd asked Ben, he's the plant manager down at the trailer plant, to come up and kind of tell us what's going on down there. Got a lot of good things going on down there. I thought y'all needed to hear about it. So,
That's great.
so Ben, I'll turn it over to you, let you tell them kind of what y'all doing
Sure.
down there.
Let's see, I've been there.
You got to talk loud, I'm deaf. And
Okay.
don't hear well I will.
Other side, all right, that's good. Yeah, my name's Ben Flores. I run the Stone Canyon facility down there, and been there since February. And we've increased our manning by about 20 odd folks, and went from building 2 a week to where right now we're teetering between 4 and 5 a week. Picking up business. Our company was bought out by 4 investors. Well, 3 new investors came into the company, and they're enabling us to do what we need to do by putting money in the plant to do the plant right, as far as upgrading and making it code compliant and all those fun things, and safer, and allowing me to get the right tools in the right hands, and just do it the right way. And we're excited because we are able, well, hopefully the target date is August, but for all new team members that come on board and the ones existing, we'll be able to offer health care for every team member free. So
That's great.
yeah, their portion will be covered of the health care plan, and then for their families, we'll cover a proportion of it. Because our long-term goal is not just to be here and, okay, we'll do this. It's to grow that guy who starts at $10 an hour and he becomes a team lead. Well, we're going to pay a little bit more of his family's health care. His is covered, a little higher percentage for there. Then you become a supervisor. Well, we'll pay a little bit more. Grow to be a manager. Well, then we're going to pay 100% of all you and your family's health care. That's where we want to grow it. Not just a place where they come work for a while and then quit, and then think they come back and things like that. We're still working really hard to get it cleaned up and get it where it needs to be. But the nice thing is the quality of the product's fantastic. I was a little bit late because there's a group up in Wisconsin we visited, and yeah, last week they put in $1 million order with us, and the phone call today was, hey, here's our next phase, and it's twice as big, and that's going to be all us, and that's fun stuff, because that's, okay, well, great, okay, now I got work through February and March, and if you've ever been in the housing business, it's like,
That's a long way.
yeah, that's a long way on there. Right now, our backlog is into September is where we're sitting right now, and it's not slowing down. The second part, the other half of our company, is on the development side. So we do land development. Basically, if you think of, well, we're up in lakes, mountains. Our first one in Lake Burton, Georgia is opening in the latter part of July. There's 45 home sites there. They're all ours. In Texas, our first one is going to open fall probably. That'll be around 500 something home sites. That's all Stone Canyon. Will not all be out of here. We're going to open a facility in Texas. Well, the Texas people are going to come here and train. We'll be sending people there to go teach and do that. Now, some people may move, some probably not. But the good news is we're growing, we're staying, and we're looking to grow the team member base on there. So that's what we've done so far. Yeah, yeah, it's fun.
I went into that plant yesterday and walked and toured through it. It's remarkable what they've done with it down there since the last time I went through it. So, and you're telling me all the good news, and I thought it'd be good to bring it and share it with you. So,
That is good news.
And if you ever,
Are you planning on developing any of those sites in Alabama?
yes,
You may want to get with me.
yeah, well, that'd be great. We could do that. The Alabama Power has some properties that they've spoken about. Now, they just talked about it. It's like, well,
Well, I used to work with them. I've got a
okay,
pretty
yeah,
good connection.
good.
too.
Because they said we'd love to have our houses. Downtown, Margaret Smith, she replaced her house with one of ours. It's in the process of being skirted and finished on there.
How big a site are you looking for?
Well, like I said, the one in Texas is 500 something.
No, it
That's
won't be-
100
won't be near that big.
Yeah. The one up at Lake Burton, there's 45 houses there. I don't know what the acreage is there, because it's kind of spread out through the woods and the hillside, so it just depends. And again, we'll look at anything and everything.
Well, I know some property on the lake that's really.
That's even better.
This is properties you talk about that they set up and sell, or do they rent them out?
Well, what we're doing in ours, we're keeping the dirt. And we're gonna keep the dirt in a certain way, so somebody will buy the house and basically lease the lot. And with that, there's homeowners, there's set landscaping requirements and things. These are pretty darn nice in our own. Some of the others we've partnered with, they just sell the whole kit and caboodle on there. It just depends what people wanna do. Internally, we're keeping the dirt. Externally, again, talk to anybody about anything. So that's what we're doing.
We appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you coming out. Y'all
Yes,
got
sir.
any questions or anything?
Now, long-term, like I said, we'll be, right now, we're at 70-something in the facility, and we're building right at the 4 or 5 a week mark. By the end of this year, we're gonna be between 3 and 5 houses a day is where we'll be. Good Lord willing, of course. And the creek don't really rise too far in there. But that'll be about 115 people total we'll have down there to do what we need to do. So, we're growing. Please send good people down our way. And we are drug tested, so. I'm just saying, that's the first screen.
That first test.
Yeah, you can't pass that, it's not coming. So anyways, thank you.
All right, we appreciate you coming out.
And if y'all are bored, swing by and see me. Awesome.
I told Ben he didn't have to stay for the whole
I'm
meeting,
not
he didn't
going
want
to.
to, and I thought he
I'm
might
gonna
want to
leave.
come in here
Thank
and
you.
talk, we appreciate you doing it.
Thank you all for what you do, appreciate it.
Let's see, what-
You have a good time with your son? All good?
yeah, yeah. I'll come down there and finish that once when I have time to
You
get
want
started.
something?
Just got back to town the other day. I've
I
been-
see you got a nice suntan and all that.
Yeah, well, I've been at my son for a few days, I'll take care of him.
Well, I was just gonna tell you about the guy I hired, Chris Quimby. I'm sure everybody knows Chris. But we
I
hardly,
know it's true.
you know his truck. He seems to be doing a real good job right now, and he wants to be put on as, well, I don't know if he'll wanna go in hard full time, but I'm sure you wanna give him a 90-day work period there. We'll see how everything works out. I just had him hard temporary to get up here and see what y'all want to do. But he seems to be doing a good job, and he enjoys everything he's doing, so. That's about all I got to tell you about it.
And Levi gone.
Yeah, Levi just quit.
I assumed that when you started that.
Well, we posted that, and then he come out here wanting a job, and Champ let him go to work. I told Champ didn't really want him riding the back of the garbage truck. You know, he done a good job for him since he's been here. He jumped right on in there and works, you know.
He shows up at here 15 minutes before work time,
Yeah, I've noticed that.
and stays till,
He may be just what we've needed. I know he's had some problems in the past, but I think he's been in good shape for the last few years. We all know, I've known him since
It's
he was a
hard to
kid.
really just to, I mean, it's hard for us to say, I mean, you work with, you know what I mean, you're with him most of the day.
I think he's a fine worker.
He
right
works
now.
good. I mean, I've always been told that he works good.
He works real good.
And he's
Most
really,
of us have a pass, Ricky.
yeah, yeah.
If he
That's
can-
right. We all got shadows.
If
What's
he can,
y'all's thought on it? Y'all want to do it 90-day, or y'all want to do hard full-time? What y'all?
You kinda just take a chance on any, really, on any of them.
Okay, how long have you been working?
He's been up here about 2 weeks.
I knew
He's,
that.
he's picked up the trash twice, and he seems, you know, he's
Why
pretty
not
smart.
bring him to full-time pay, temporary, to see what he's gonna do?
I talked to him yesterday about, you know, what we've talked about, our expectations, what we would like, you know. And I seen it, or day before yesterday, I run him down and talked to him a little bit. The thing about him, he's, you know, Champ's got things that he does on the side and stuff, and this boy has too, you know, he's a heck of a welder.
I hear he had one
And,
on.
and he's about to, he's old enough that he's, I mean, how old is Chris, 41?
He's 41 years
I
old.
know he's a little bit older than my boys. And,
Well, that's nearly as old as you are.
so he's,
Well, still likes a little bit.
but I talked to him, you know, I told him, you know, about, I said, you know, this, what we would like, you know, as far as I said, you got an opportunity there, and you got retirement, you know, just different things, and he ain't got nothing now, he works for himself, I said, insurance and things like that.
That's what he's after, I think, is to get some insurance and some retirement and a little stability in him.
And he doesn't mind working, that's the main thing. And-
Yeah, he don't mind, boy,
and
he'll
I'll-
jump right in there.
And I've come through and I've seen it, he'll be sitting here about 15 minutes early, I know he says.
Yeah.
All right, are we looking at him to replace you when you retire?
Yes. And it'll take him about 2 years to get everything.
I think he'll,
That's what I want.
We thought Levi too.
well, but, you know, we talked
Give
about.
him a 60
that
day
Levi,
trial
you know,
at full
that young,
pay,
you know.
because you know we don't pay nothing temporary.
Is that what y'all wanna look at?
I'm along with the rest of it. you know.
Talking about what Charles talked about.
Yeah. He's saying 60 days at full pay, and it does good after
What is
60.
it? What is that? Well, I forgot.
Huh?
Full pay, what is that?
Meeting after next
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
Levi was making 9 and they was gonna pay him 10 at full pay.
Yeah. They give Levi full pay.
There was a difference here,
Recognize
that,
it.
you know, we don't want to paint.
But anyway, he's gonna, you know, he'll have to get certified and all that stuff later, so he don't need to be coming up with what I make, is what I was getting at.
Meeting
But-
after
but we need
next,
to-
if it works out, we'll put him on full time. I'll give him 60 days.
Everybody needs sort of, he's local, I mean, he's just like.
Chris
he's
will
lived-
work.
He's
I
lived
know
here
he'll
all his
work.
life, you know.
He's
you know.
smart.
You just take a chance on any of them, really, whether they're gonna do it or not.
But, you know, he's the type that might, I was hoping that with Levi, you know, but it didn't work out, but Levi's a lot younger too. He's
Yeah, I think that was probably a lot of his deal.
20-year-old, 21 or something, whatever. And this boy already more settled in Wayne. He's a real good worker from what I hear. I hope he's just what we've needed. He might, you know, he may just step in at a good time.
Well, the way we done Levi was what? Do you remember?
It was 90 days at 9, and then we
If
were going
it
on
made
another.
him full-time, it was going to 10, so. Do we wanna do it the same way, you know, be consistent, or, he done put in, how many days?
2 weeks.
Yes, he wouldn't like, but 2.5, that'd be, 105
Month
days.
and a half.
Yeah, 2 months and a half. We done it for 90 days, you won't lose. That's what,
I said 60, so.
yeah.
You like him,
That's
Tim?
fine.
90.
It's up to y'all.
No, I'm just saying, do you like Chris?
Oh, do I like Chris?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
think
I
he'd be
like
pretty
Chris. I
good?
think he's a good guy, he works good,
Yeah.
and you tell him to do something, and he does it. If I'm busy, you look around, he's found something to do. He's not just gonna stand
Out
there.
there.
I mean, you're gonna be with him a lot, that's
Yeah.
pretty nice.
Eyes on the equipment.
Well, you know, I mean, he needs to learn a little about
Has he
equipment.
ever operated in it before?
Well, I got him on the backhoe the other day and was showing him a little about that, so.
Well,
you
he
know,
can learn. I
he's-
older than that when I was.
Yeah, I don't see him having any problems learning the equipment.
He's out
He
here doing
doesn't
better
have
work.
any experience, if that's what you're asking, but he shouldn't have any problem learning.
And that was the thing he said.
I think he's wanting insurance, and he's wanting retirement, you know, they don't have any, either one of what he's doing, you know, and he wants the ability, if he needs to take a day off, to do something on his welding, that we'd work with him. I told him we'd work with him as long as it wasn't Tuesday, and he was all right with that, you know.
We could do it like we did with Levi, and then, but if we see before that he's doing good or something like that, we could go ahead and finalize it then, a little bit early.
We own this, RM right now temporary, and then look at it the next meeting, and see what we think. I'd give him, I'd have him a month and a half in, you know.
What do you think?
I think Perry had a pretty good idea, is go ahead and already, temporary until the next meeting, and then the next meeting, do whatever, I come back and tell y'all what.
Sounds good.
What he's done.
Another month, see how he does.
I need a motion on that. Ricky made a motion, Chip seconded. All in favor? All in favor?
And is that, at 9?
Yeah. Okay, I need a motion to approve the minutes. Charles made a motion, need a second. Chip seconded. All in favor? All in favor. I need a motion to approve the May financial report. Heath made a motion, need a second. Ricky seconded. All in favor? All in favor. This is for a yearly audit we have to do, approve the paper. Paul Ketchum, Williams and Associates, 66. You got
Not 66,000, 6,600.
6,600 instead of 66,000 on the audits. I need a motion on that. Chip made a motion, need a second. Heath seconded. All in favor? All in favor. This is just something we have to approve every year. It's a water pollution prevention resolution. Need a motion to adopt it. I made a motion, need a second. Ricky seconded. All in favor? All in favor. New business.
You gotta,
I'm sorry.
it's okay.
Champ, you want to tell them what this was, the culverts?
The culverts we put in at the sewer plant. Well, what it was, we got the new grant down there to make the sewer plant bigger.
I know what you're working on.
Yeah. And the ditch down there was kind of up to the side, and we had a lot of dirt, no way to do it. And I've turned that lawnmower over one time down in that ditch on top of it. So,
It hurt a lot more.
it bent the gear shifter, but I put it back. But, anyway, the culverts solved a bunch of problems. We done away with the ditch, we cleaned up the mess, and now there's nowhere to fall off into the ditch with the lawnmower. So,
In other words, you're gonna mow over it.
yes, sir, it'll all be smooth and clean when the grant gets finished and they get that new sewer plant fixed and everything, and it'll be a
And the
new
house-
addition to the sewer plant.
And the housing authority has stepped in and buying enough coverage to carry it all the way back up to where that pipe comes out of the projects and cover it all the way up through there where they can mow theirs too. And they're gonna put a box, am I right? Tim?
Yeah, they're putting a box at the head of this thing, and they bought enough pipe to do all the way to the end of their property. And we had enough pipe to start at the beginning of ours and follow it on out past the sewer plant.
So that whole area in there is gonna look a lot better. It's gonna be where you can just go in there and mow it with a lawnmower instead of having the bush hog and stuff. The covers cost $2,143. I need a motion to pay that. Ricky made a motion, Chip seconded. All in favor? All in favor. David, tell them your new business you got there.
Well, man, Ann. We were
Ann ain't here
wondering.
now.
I know, she would agree with me. Since
Do you want me to tell them?
Yeah,
What it is, Ann and Kayla, 4th of July falls on a Thursday, and nobody's working, none of the state's working that Friday, they're shutting their offices down. And they wondered, could we shut the office that Friday, where they could be off Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday?
I don't see no problem, they don't do nothing, no way.
I wish that was the case.
I told them we would shut the office, but it wouldn't be no holiday that they could use their vacation day, and they agreed to do
Yeah,
that.
they get
What
that.
about comp time or, anything like that? Can we use that?
Have you got comp time?
I ain't got no vacation, but I got plenty of comp time.
Use that too.
Okay.
Same for them if they've got any, you know.
Well, they get paid for the holiday anyway and just take the next day off.
Yeah. I didn't have a problem with it, but, you know, the water flows and all, but that nice, I just need a motion to approve that. Chip made a motion, need a second, Ricky seconded, all in favor. And I know they thank you.
Yes,
Yeah,
thank
we
y'all
appreciate
very,
it.
very much.
It's not like I ain't gonna have to come to work anyway.
Has any of y'all got anything?
I got one thing on Bram. Charles, the last meeting, he said something to me about it, about the depot. And he said that him and Gail are, they're not too old to take care of it, but he says they're too old to take care, getting too old,
Well,
getting too
Gail's
old.
wanting you to take over.
Well, that's what,
I'll
and I
still-
went and talked to her.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
She told me the other day that you hadn't been, but that's.
I went by there and seen her a few days after that, but I was gonna wait till this meeting and make sure that everything's okay. But anyway, I don't have no problem with it. They want me to, sort of, I don't know, be on it or something, but, I have no problem with it. But the only thing I'd like to,
I think it's good.
I'd like to get somebody that thing, and I wasn't involved in none of it as far as getting it all straightened up. That was all y'all doing everything. You know, I've been down there some, but y'all did everything and it's great. And I don't mind being over it, but I'd like to get some people involved to help me with it. Maybe a couple of people that, kinda like you and Gail was, you know.
Well, I'll help you with it.
Well, I'd like to get another or two too, and I got a couple. I think it means more to people that's been coal miners and stuff would
I
probably
think
appreciate
you'd be
it.
perfect since you was a coal
Yeah,
miner, and that's one reason
but-
y'all like it so much.
But I got a couple more guys in mind that's been coal miners too, that would be good to help me. I haven't asked them or anything, but
And I would like to see it open sometime instead of just during a coal fest.
And,
If anybody, you know, wanted to come through.
yeah, well, that's what I sort of got. If we had several people involved, if somebody wanted to come, that we knew wanted to come through, just, you know, if we had several people, if I couldn't do it, you could do it, or somebody else, let several people be involved in it, where somebody's bound to be able, where they can go down there.
We kind of done that in the past, but we really hadn't had no way of letting people know that. We might could have a sign made, put on the depot and say, if you want to see the depot, come to City Hall and
Yeah,
we'll
give
get
them
them.
a phone number.
And we need to do some work on it. Everybody knows about the.
That's what
how
we
it
need
is.
to do is that,
And-
right?
And I had a guy come to me at Coal Fest in, the Lacey Berry Hill, and talking to me. He's got a group of guys he lives at Brookwood now, and they do things like that. If we furnish the lumber, they'll come fix all that. You know, the labor will be free, everything, so.
Well, holler at the police and see if you can get it.
Well, I got his
Because
number, I've got his number and everything.
You'll know how much money is
Yeah,
in
she
there.
told me there's some money in there, and, but I didn't wanna do anything until this, you know, I wanted to say something about it at the meeting before I just stepped
I
in.
think the town, I think we could commit a little money to that myself.
Well, there's $2,600 in the account.
Well, it's gonna cost a good
I
bit.
think,
just-
ain't that what she gave you?
Yeah, I think that's
I
something like
think
that.
that's what she
said.
told me.
So I think it's gonna take a good bit just to well, you know what we looked at.
Oh, yeah, let's do this, when we, commit as a council, and when we commit $1,000 to repairs, and let Ricky just kinda oversee them, and get them guys to come up here and do it, and he can be there kinda keep an eye on them. And then if it's more than that, he can use it out of that account that he has, and that won't break y'all's bank down there on that in case he needs to buy anything else to go into.
Well, I think 5/4 is about all you need. The runner's not good. You check.
Mostly it's the floor, mostly the floor.
Right,
Yeah.
take 5/4 and floor.
Yeah, and,
My thought on it though, if you're gonna replace it, you don't want your runner, you
I
know,
would just replace the rotten.
if I get all you do.
And you check, might need to replace the whole, it wouldn't cost that much to replace the whole bunch, though. What is that, 4 foot? 5 foot?
well, I'm talking about the whole thing, the floor, the ramp, the porch and all, you know, replace the,
You ain't got enough money.
I know.
That's what I'm
Even
saying.
with that 1,000, you ain't got
I
enough
know,
money.
but if we did just the floor part, the 5/4, a lot of, I got up under it, look, the joists, a lot of them seem to be fine, you know, I think we may have to beef up a little bit of it, but a lot of that would be fine, you know, if we won't go that route, or just tear it down and redo it. If we could come up with some more money, you know, maybe we just have to see. But I'm gonna tell you, right now is not a good time to be working on them things as hard as it is. I
No.
think we'd be better off to wait.
I'll tell you what, let's
Fall
just,
of the year.
let's do it like this, let's let Ricky go down there and do his measure and see what it's gonna take wood wise, and get a price up, and then you can tell us, hey, it's gonna cost so much for the wood, and then we can kick in and help some, because then they have some money, and not leave them broke.
I got a list up and give it to Ginger, because Ginger said if I would come up with it, she had some people she could talk to, and she hasn't got back with me, so I don't know if she has or not, but, I don't think we need to do anything to it till it cools off anyway, because I don't want to make it down, have a heat stroke, working on that thing.
Well, you know, we can't wait till deer season, you know.
That's right, we gotta get done before then. I'm thinking maybe September, October, but I'm like you, I know that, but.
Hey, me and Dennis just been talking the last few days about the mower bill, lawnmower. He just told me, I told him I'd bring it up, but he said they're gonna have
She
a
give you a
meeting
key to it?
probably about another week.
I've got a curious key to it.
And, he said he'd
I'm
be
supposed to-
willing,
Gio.
or it'd be better, he said it didn't matter to him, but he would, the Kubota diesel that's the town's got now, he didn't know if it'd be better let the city buy one or the park just to buy one and get that to the city. But I don't know, did the park pay for that Kubota? City pay for it?
They have, the city paid for half of it, I believe.
We just talking about trying to get one for the park only, so using that boat is gonna probably put a little wire, of course, it's pretty rough shape already now, but, what would be the simplest way to do that, just let them meet, or just let the city keep this, and let them just,
I would think so, because I don't think they get rid of this,
yeah. I'll find out when they meet and see what they want to do, but he said something about just letting the city keep that one there, and then the park, and keep them in the park. Just for the
Let
park.
them meet, see what they decide.
Yeah, I'll see what they decide.
And come back to it.
Okay.
If we keep it, we might want to throw a little bit of money in on having them get it.
He was talking about they had a deal on somewhere in Fayette, a gas burner instead of a, basically, it should be fine, just use it for, 0 turn.
It's gonna be my wife.
Around 3,000 to 4,000, but I know that's about
Oh,
a dozen
maybe.
for 10 or 15.
Maybe we'll get.
I'll find out, see what they say.
Okay.
He mentioned that, and I just told him about that, so.
We pretty much in the past let the park do what they wanted to do with their money, they
Yeah.
voted for, I was over mayor,
Yeah.
cause I was on the park board, but coming out here every meeting asking for stuff,
Yeah.
and they finally just said, hey, y'all take care of the park business and we'll support you,
Yeah.
and if anything real big come up, then that you might as well come out here, but if they decide they won't buy a lawnmower, I don't know about y'all, but I'm for going along with them, letting them do
Yeah,
it.
just let them do it, yeah.
We'd have to prove it through here,
Yeah.
once they decide to do it,
All right.
So. Anybody else got anything?
Can I read Ann's card to
Oh,
everybody?
yeah, I forgot about that, didn't I?
Ann wanted me to read this thank you card it's for the Mayor, Council, and Chamber of Commerce. It says, blessed are the givers and grateful are the receivers. Thank you so much for the plaque and VIP shirt. They are greatly appreciated. It takes everyone working together for the Coal Fest to be a successful event. Thanks to all of you. Your help and friendship means so much. Best wishes to everyone, Ann.
If you'll hang on to that up there, have a chamber meeting.
Okay.
Or champ on there, read it there, too.
Okay.
I like what the guy from Trailer Planter, Stone Mountain, whatever they call it.
Yeah, I like what he was saying, too, that's the reason I wanted to come up here and tell y'all, I thought that was good news.
Said, I have, that is great.
And I think he's a big asset to that company.
What is he of the company? He part owner or he just,
He's the man, they hired him out of North Carolina to come here and manage this plant.
okay, I knew they got.
And my understanding from him was in his agreement before he'd come here was that they're gonna take care of the employees or he wasn't coming. And,
Well, that's the part I liked about it.
Yeah, and he done had one or two quit. He said he got a policy, if you quit and you stay gone long, or if you don't call in for 3 days, that you're terminated, And he had a couple that didn't show up for like 2 days, and that third day they'd be back, they quit and went to another trailer plant. And they said they liked it so much here, they just wasn't gonna make that move, So I think they like working for him, and they like where he's headed with it as a company, And he told me yesterday his turnover, they got towards the minimum, so he's not having no turnover much anymore, People quitting and leaving, And that's been a problem down there in the past. That means they like him or they wouldn't be there, you know.
Right, well, that's what it is, if you got so many places that needing hands now. At one time, when all these little mines were operating, Sam Wilcott, I know y'all, most of you know, he drawed 5 checks from 5 different companies in mining in 1 week. He worked at 5 different companies in 1 week.
Well, the mobile home business used to be.
But you know well as I do, that 90% of the people's worries is insurance.
Then that's what I like
And,
about it.
you know, it seems
Yeah.
like they're taking care of that, so I like that part about it, you know. But I reckon if you, or Kayla, what do y'all know about the 4th of July thing that Chipman's gonna do? Y'all wanna say something about that?
I don't know a lot
Yeah,
about
I
it.
called Skipper, I didn't call you back, but I talked to him, they're gonna do it. And I told him, you know, what we had talked about, that we checked with the insurance and everything, so I have to call him back there and look into it. So we're trying, we're trying to help us out, do it, because we appreciate him and everybody that's involved, him and Austin, all the young, well, not some of the older people, everybody that's involved and everything.
Hold up on it?
What?
Did it hold up on it?
No, we're just not covered by
Oh,
insurance.
They're gonna have to, they're not gonna be able to do it at the park, do it like they did last year or something, because our insurance won't cover it, there's some accident or something. That's what we talked about a while ago.
It won't be at the park this year?
Yeah,
It'd be just like it was last year.
Yeah, just
Fireworks
like last year,
was
yeah,
shot.
okay.
They were wanting to shoot it, do it at the park, shoot it,
Oh, yeah.
have to get down there. on
They have to
the
across
field.
the road, yeah.
We had
Yeah,
to check
they
on
said
the
across the road, they
legality.
want to do it down there. It's a shame that they don't, that they don't have it, but nothing else, just a little small place right there, that they could get on to do it. But, anyway, he was telling me it's gonna be basically about like it was last year, and I told him that, the chamber had talked and would like to do something, was talking about maybe doing something around the first of the year, or January 1st, and that if they, did have any money left, they might wanna hold on to it to help, that we may be asking them to do something, shoot some fireworks, did or something, or just suggested it, and they're taking, anybody that's donating any money to it, he told me, I told him I was gonna give him some money on it, he told me just go to the bank, they got an account set up for that, so. Anybody wants to donate any money to it, you just go to the bank and give them some.
The chamber donated $400 to it the other night, and
I gave them some last year, I'm gonna give them some again, I think it's a good thing, a lot of people involved and.
what I would,
I probably would too if I could hear anything.
You go down and watch it, I can't hear good either, but I enjoyed it last year, just
I
watching
have
it.
no idea what you said, you was looking away from
They-
it.
he said they had an account at the bank, if anybody wanted to donate on the fireworks, they could go in there and donate money toward the fireworks
Oh,
show.
okay.
Skipper and them put on it.
He was talking away from it.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I reckon I just assumed.
I guess what I was wanting out of you and Kayla was what all are they gonna do down there where they can put it in the paper and have it here on TV? I know they're talking about doing the fireworks and,
Yeah, they're gonna do the water slide again, the inflatables,
I think there's gonna be 2 of them.
2 of them.
Yeah, that's what the
Yeah, I
church
think
paid
it's
for,
gonna-
was nearly $500. I think it's 2.
And you, I know that for sure.
They're
that
giving
they're-
away the cooler, I think.
Yes.
Of course, the
and
Booster
somebody's
Club's gonna be,
doing food, I think.
I guess pretty much.
It was
like
good last year,
yeah.
for the first year, I thought it was great.
We had
And
a
I
big
think
turnout too,
Yeah, it
especially for the
was.
fireworks.
Yeah, everybody that was involved in it, I think they did a good job. And I'm picking, those boys, that's just up their alley. Those young guys like to do it, Skipper, and some of those younger guys, that's just, I love to see them.
He's been putting a fireworks show on for years, everybody been watching them, it's just, they got it as a place where everybody can go gather now, cause I used to watch them when they shoot them over at his house.
It ain't, I say Skipper, cause that's the name that comes, it's not just him, there's several involved in it, but Skipper and Austin, I know they're involved in it, and some of the other guys, and some of those younger guys that sort of run around together have, so I'm not trying to leave no names out, I just can't remember them all.
Yeah. Well, if anybody else got anything you like that? All right, if not, I need a motion to adjourn. Carl made a motion, he seconded, all in favor? All in favor.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel at www.youtube.com/49 County News TV.